Hey everyone, welcome to another Monday Morning Starter!
Time matters. This is the first Monday for the rest of your life. Let's get this week started.
All right, sometimes I write little bullet points for Monday starters and so I remember what I'm saying or whatever, because I might get an idea yesterday or the day before. But today, straight from my heart to you. I want to ask you a question. Are you doing enough? And I mean, are you doing enough? Because it's one thing to set a goal, but it's another thing to go get the thing. So over the years, I've had a lot of challenges. Like, I mean a lot. Like, sometimes, I really would think to myself, like, it would bring anxiety and it would bring so much doubt, and I'd be like, how on earth am I actually going to feed these kids? And what am I, I just need things to keep going. And I had nothing. I want you to really understand that. And so a long time ago, I just thought I just need to do more, than everyone. And probably 20 years ago, I sent out a flyer in the area that I work, and it said, if you're not completely happy with the service that I give to you, I will mow your lawn, personally, mow your lawn for the next 6 months for free. Because I knew I had the hunger, but I just needed more opportunities. And I was prepared to do that. And funny enough, I'd been working for a few years before that, knocking on doors and running around, doing stuff, and just literally trying to get any sort of yes along the way. I never thought about money, really, and I never thought about, becoming number one or anything like that back then. It was more about just getting started somehow. Because in my heart, I knew if I could get some sort of go, if someone would give me a go, help them sell their house, and another person, I'll do the rest. But I had to earn that sort of space where people would pay attention to me. So I never had to mow anybody's lawn, but one day I was driving past a house and the lawn was about this high, and this old lady was mowing the lawn in an apron. And I stopped the car and I got out in my work clothes and I said, I'll mow your lawn for you right now. But if you ever want to sell your house one day, just remember me. I've probably done things like that hundreds of times. So many things that other people just weren't prepared to do in real estate. A lot of real estate agents, they're like, yeah, I'm so cool. Look at my new Armani suit. Look at the car that I've got. And look how cool I look. That sort of stuff, and that's in real estate, that's sort of like, the better you look, the more successful you look, the more you think people will use you. And I was the opposite. I didn't have anything. I got banned. So there used to be a caravan. So many years ago, we used to meet in the little country town where I was, meet with all of the real estate agents, and then they'd get in the cars and drive around with each other and look at all of their listings together. Anyway, I didn't look the part. So I had a polo shirt. I was like a bit of a bodybuilder-y type looking guy, and I had pants that weren't the same as theirs. Anyway, they banned me. One morning they said, look, Matt, you're not allowed to come anymore. And I was like, why? They said, you don't look like a real estate agent. You don't look good enough to come to people's homes. And because I didn't have any things to buy clothes with, I didn't have any money, I didn't have anything. A friend bought me 2 polo shirts to get started in real estate. And I had, some tattoos that were sticking out and all this sort of stuff. So it was like, I got banned from that. And I was a bit upset. I was like, wow, it's really disappointing, because all I wanted was just to be a part of it. But who cares? I went out and just knocked on more doors, and I thought to myself, if I create my own opportunities, it's got to go somewhere. And I was prepared to do anything it took. So I got my hands on a video one day, McGrath's Top 10 Agents. And I used to get up at 4 in the morning, and maybe 4:30, and I'd watch that video for half an hour every day. And I would listen to what they said. It wasn't a training video, it was just interviews an interview with the top 10 agents, and what they did, what they thought. It wasn't like showing you anything, it was just more like an interview thing, each one of them, and I would just sit there and watch, and I would just try and be a part of their energy and heard what they say. Gillian McGrath, Adrian Bowe, Shad Hassan, James Dack, Brent Courtney, I think it was, all these guys back then, and I would just listen. And then I would go out and letterbox drop before the sun got up, and I would drop all these letters off everywhere in the rain, slipping over, falling over at things, dogs running out of bloody trees and all this sort of stuff. It's like running into spider webs. I can't even tell you. It was just so bad. But I did it. And then I would go to work all day. And then at the end of the day, I would catch the bus home and I would sit there after dinner and fold letters until midnight every day. Fold the letters for the next day. And then I would print the letters and type them out. We didn't have things where you could mail merge, so I would type letters out for the streets every day in the morning as soon as I got to work, and I'd do that every day. Fold them myself. No one helped me, just fold them myself. Actually, my wife back then, Karina, she helped me a bit, and her mum helped me fold them. But what I'm saying to you is, I was prepared to do whatever it took, but I knew that I was creating something. And I really want to ask you, are you doing enough? And aside from that, are you doing what you should be doing? Because I was willing to pay the price, even though I didn't have a map to get there. I just knew instinctually that I could get good at this thing. And I wanted to do it. It sort of suited my style, a bit like here, there, and everywhere, dealing with people, love taking care of people. But I knew something inside of me was like, if I just become the hungriest, the fastest, the person that just took care of people the best, and I was like almost this, I could feel the energy starting somehow. I just needed opportunities, and I was prepared to earn them. I didn't care if it took 5 years to get my first opportunity to look after somebody's house. I just wanted to create it. So if you're going through each day, just going through the motions, because you're sort of like, it's a job, yeah, it's sort of okay, I don't mind it. You need to think about this, because you're never going to pay the internal price to get the external reward, because you just don't want it enough. And I think it's a real waste to be going to a job that you just don't love. And it's not even a job, job's not the right word, it's a lifestyle. When you're doing something that you love, it becomes a lifestyle and a passion and a focus, and it's almost the excitement of creating it. But then the next part is your part. It's like doing so much that you out-accelerate everybody else. When you've found that winning combination, that formula, you'll sit there for 20 hours a day and work at this thing to get ahead, to get a house, to take care of kids, to take care of people, to do stuff and get this life that's pretty extraordinary. When you work that sort of togetherness out, doing something that you feel passionate about and also doing something you're prepared to pay the biggest price for, your time, your focus, your energy, your enthusiasm, your everything, and not one person needs to motivate you, no one needs to motivate you, because the motivation is coming from within, then you will win. Then you will win. And I really want you to think about today that, are you doing enough? And you only know if you are. I did enough, and I'm still doing enough. I'll still outwork anyone around me, but I'm passionate about getting this thing right. I'm passionate about creating a lifestyle that's pretty awesome. And this is the vehicle to do it with, I know it. So are you doing that? And if you're not, ask yourself why and go out and fix it. Go out and find what you want to do, because then the motivation will come from within, and no one will need to tell you to work harder, do more, do anything, because you'll just want to do it. Let's get into this week. See you on the next video.